All right, ready for a deep dive into your Sagittarius 2025 horoscope.
Sounds exciting.
And let me tell you, 2025 looks like a huge EE year for you Sagittarius, with major shifts in relationships,
Okay.
career, and maybe even some deep personal healing.
Wow.
Lots to unpack.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
what I found fascinating is how Lotta emphasizes that having both Saturn and Jupiter on angle for almost all of 2025 is incredibly rare.
Oh, wow.
She calls it a year of peaks for Sagittarius.
Okay, I got to admit, on angles sounds a little intimidating.
Yeah, I can see that.
What does that actually mean?
Sure.
And why is it such a big deal for Sagittarius in 2025?
So think of it this way. These planets are like spotlights.
Okay.
And when they're on angle to your sign,
Yeah.
it means they're shining extra brightly on certain areas of your life.
I see.
In your case, those spotlights are focused on relationships and your personal life for the first half of the year.
So is this where all that relationship roller coaster stuff comes in?
Could be.
I'm curious, what kind of specific developments does Lotta predict in the video?
Well, Jupiter, your ruling planet, starts the year in your 7th house of partnerships.
Okay.
This could mean meeting someone significant, maybe even marriage.
Wow.
But it also highlights business partnerships and collaborations.
Interesting.
Are you open to expanding your network or teaming up with someone on a project?
That's interesting. So it's not necessarily about finding the one, but more about how all your relationships are going to be supercharged this year.
Exactly.
Got it.
Jupiter expands everything it touches.
Right.
So even existing relationships could deepen significantly.
Okay.
On the flip side, if a relationship isn't working,
Yeah.
Jupiter could bring things to a head.
Oh.
Maybe even a happy divorce if needed.
So that's where the roller coaster part comes in.
Yep.
Exciting, but maybe a little scary too.
Well, yeah, change can be daunting.
Sure.
But Jupiter in the 7th house is ultimately about amplifying joy and connection in your relationships.
Okay, so relationships are definitely a big theme in the first part of the year.
For sure.
But Lotta also mentioned some pretty major changes happening on the home front too, right?
Yes, the first few months of the year are going to be very active in your 4th house of home and family.
Okay.
We're talking eclipses, Venus and Mercury retrograde,
Wow.
and Saturn and Neptune joining the party.
Wow, that's a lot of planetary activity. What does
Yeah.
all of that translate to in real life?
It could manifest as a physical move,
Okay.
renovations, or even a shift in your living situation.
Gotcha.
But it goes deeper than that.
Really?
It's about redefining your foundation,
Okay.
maybe healing old family wounds,
Interesting.
or taking on new responsibilities.
So it's not just about redecorating, it's about what home truly means to you and how that might be evolving.
Hey.
I'm curious, if you were talking to a Sagittarius right now, what questions would you encourage them to ask themselves about this area of their life?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'd ask, what does home truly mean to you?
Okay.
Are there any patterns from the past or limiting beliefs that are holding you back from creating the kind of supportive home environment you deserve?
That's a great question. It seems like 2025 is offering a chance to really get clear on those deeper needs and build a stronger foundation for the future.
Absolutely.
But we're not just focusing on our personal lives, right? Lotta's video also dives into career and finances,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
which is what everyone wants to know about.
Of course.
So tell me more about that.
With Saturn in your 10th house of career, 2025 is all about putting in the work and seeing real, tangible results.
So less dreaming, more doing.
Exactly. Think
Yeah.
discipline, responsibility, and long-term goals.
Makes sense.
But Saturn also brings rewards for all that effort.
Oh, good.
You might see recognition, promotions,
Or even a total career shift that aligns more authentically with your purpose.
Now, a career shift sounds interesting.
It can be.
Does Lotta give any clues about what might trigger that for some Sagittarius folks?
Well, remember those eclipses we talked about?
Yeah.
2 of them are hitting your career house this year.
No way.
Eclipses are notorious for shaking things up and pushing you in unexpected directions.
Oh, I see.
So a job change or a major project that totally transforms your career trajectory is definitely possible.
Hold on, I need to catch my breath. So much is happening in the first half of the year alone.
I know, right?
Relationships, home, and a career are all in a major state of flux.
It's going to be a wild ride.
But I know there's even more to uncover in Lotta's video about the second half of the year.
Definitely.
Stay tuned as we dive into deep healing, financial abundance, and some truly mind-blowing creative breakthroughs.
Can't wait.
Welcome back.
All right.
I'm still processing all that intensity we uncovered in the first half of your 2025 horoscope, Sagittarius.
Lots to think about. But the second half of the year is where things get really interesting,
Oh,
according to Lada Dunsheva's video.
okay. I'm intrigued.
What stands out in Lada's analysis is how Jupiter, your ruling planet,
Right.
shifts into your 8th house in June.
Okay.
This house is all about deep transformation, healing,
Yeah.
and even shared resources.
Interesting.
Ooh, the 8th house.
Aha.
It's definitely the most mysterious and intense part of the zodiac.
It is pretty intense.
What kind of deep transformation are we talking about here?
Think of it as a major detox, but for your soul.
Got it.
Jupiter in the 8th house helps you release old patterns, emotional baggage,
Yeah,
and any limiting beliefs that have been holding you back.
I see.
It's not always easy,
Right.
but it's ultimately very liberating.
So it's like the first part of the year is about shaking things up externally.
Yeah.
And then the second half is about doing the inner work to really align with your true self.
Yes, that's a great way to put it.
Thanks.
And it can be quite intense.
Okay.
But Lotto also mentions the potential for spontaneous healing during this transit,
Interesting.
both emotionally and physically.
No, that's fascinating. It seems like Jupiter's energy is working on all levels of your being,
Randomly.
clearing out blockages and allowing your true self to emerge.
Yeah,
But the 8th house is also connected to some pretty intense themes,
right.
like intimacy and shared resources.
For sure. Absolutely. This could be a time when you encounter a soulmate type connection.
Oh, wow.
Someone who truly sees you and helps you evolve on a soul level.
Okay, so we're not just healing old wounds.
Nope.
We might also be meeting someone incredibly special.
It's possible.
2025 is definitely delivering on the drama.
It sounds like it.
But you also mentioned shared resources.
Yeah,
Does that mean financial abundance is on the horizon too?
it certainly could. Jupiter in the 8th house often brings unexpected windfalls,
Okay.
inheritances, or successful business deals.
Wow.
You might also see an increase in resources through a partner,
Okay.
or even through investments.
This is starting to sound like a very good year.
Right.
But with all this talk of abundance,
Yeah.
are there any potential downsides to Jupiter in the 8th house that we should be aware of?
Good question.
Yeah.
It's important to be mindful of financial decisions and avoid risky investments.
Okay.
Jupiter can bring a tendency to overspend or be overly optimistic.
So stay grounded and make sure those big decisions are aligned with your long-term goals.
Exactly.
That's good advice. Now, Lada's video also touches on Saturn's brief move into your 5th house towards the end of the year.
Okay.
What does that signify for Sagittarius?
Saturn in the 5th house is about mastering your unique talents and creative passions.
Interesting.
It's a time to hone your skills, develop discipline,
Okay.
and really commit to the things that bring you joy.
So if someone has been dabbling in a hobby or a creative pursuit, this transit might be a nudge to take it more seriously.
Exactly. It's like Saturn is saying, okay, playtime is over.
Huh?
It's time to show the world what you're truly capable of.
I love that. It's about taking those passions and turning them into something tangible.
Yeah.
But this Saturn transit is pretty short, right? Only a few months in 2025.
Yes, but what's fascinating is that it coincides with the beginning of a new Saturn-Neptune cycle,
Oh, wow.
which will unfold in your 5th house for the next 35 years.
Wow, 35 years.
Yeah.
That's a major astrological event.
Definitely.
Can you unpack what this cycle means for Sagittarius and how it might play out in their creative lives?
Well, Saturn is all about structure and discipline, while Neptune represents dreams and inspiration.
Makes sense.
Together, they can create something truly unique and impactful.
Wow.
This cycle is about grounding your creative visions and turning them into something real, something that can inspire others.
So it's like finding the perfect balance between practicality and imagination.
Exactly. And with this cycle unfolding in your 5th house,
Yeah.
the potential for birthing something original and impactful is enormous.
That's incredible.
This could be a game changer for your creative expression.
That's incredibly inspiring.
Right.
But with all this intense healing, soulmate connections, and creative breakthroughs,
It's a lot.
I'm imagining 2025 might feel pretty overwhelming at times.
It certainly could.
Yeah.
Lada emphasizes the importance of self-care during this year.
Okay.
It's essential to find healthy ways to manage stress, process emotions,
Right.
and nurture your well-being.
So alongside all this exciting change, remember to slow down,
Yeah.
listen to your body,
For sure.
and create space for rest and rejuvenation.
Exactly. And don't hesitate to reach out for support if you need it.
Good as ice.
Whether it's a therapist, counselor, or even a trusted friend,
Right.
having someone to help you navigate the emotional depths of this year can make all the difference.
That's such important advice. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have
From major relationship shifts to deep soul healing to mind-blowing creative breakthroughs.
it's a lot to take in.
2025 is shaping up to be a truly transformative year for Sagittarius.
For sure.
But we haven't quite connected all the dots yet, have we?
What do you mean?
It's amazing to me how Lotta is able to see the big picture
Yeah.
and how all these different parts of your life,
Right.
relationships, home, career, even spirituality,
Uh-huh.
all tie together.
So it's all connected.
So 2025 isn't just about isolated events.
Nope.
It's about a fundamental shift
Yeah.
in who you are and how you experience the world.
Exactly.
Lotta calls it stepping into your power and aligning with your true purpose.
Wow, that's powerful.
So all those little changes we talked about are actually building blocks to something much bigger.
Yes, every challenge,
Yeah.
every relationship shift, every creative breakthrough,
Yeah.
they're all guiding you toward your highest potential. Wow.
It might feel chaotic at times,
Right.
but there's a purpose to it all.
Okay, so amidst all this change,
Yeah.
the key is to trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that it's ultimately leading you somewhere amazing.
Exactly.
What a powerful message.
Right.
As we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I'd encourage you, Sagittarius, to
Right.
think about which area of your life feels most ripe for transformation in 2025.
Good question.
What talents are you ready to master and share with the world?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
This has been such an incredible journey.
Oh, right.
Exploring all the possibilities that 2025 holds for you, Sagittarius.
Lots to look forward to.
Remember, this is your year to step into your power.
Couldn't agree more.
Embrace the changes,
Yeah.
trust the journey, and most importantly, have fun along the way.
Absolutely. And if you want to dive even deeper into Lotta's insights,
Yes.
we'll have a link to her full YouTube video in the show notes.
Perfect.
Until next time,
Yes.
keep shining bright, Sagittarius. And thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time for another cosmic adventure.